Oh, you look so sexy today. You look, God, you look fire. Oh, look at you wearing your redneck hat. I love it.
Well, it's my Willie Nelson for president.
I know. I stand by what I said about redneck.
Oh,
Oh no, Willie
I think-
Nelson, not a redneck.
no, he's a delightful human being.
Oh, I have no doubt about that. Good morning, boys and girls. Sometimes you need to wake up bright and early, have yourself a cup of coffee, talk about some nerdy shit, and then go on with your day. It's time for Sunrise with the Sleepy Boys, with your hosts, Brandon and Mark. Hey guys, look at us. We're so sleepy.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, same. Always exhausted.
I have this condition.
Micro penis,
Um,
yeah, continue.
yeah, everybody knows. I have this condition where if somebody wakes me up, um, I will be, if someone wakes me up and they start talking to me, I will be fully awake. But as soon as that conversation is done and I fall back asleep, I don't remember anything.
So you don't remember our phone call from last night then?
We had a phone call from last night.
Yeah, you called me at like 1 in the morning about some ideas that you had for today's session.
No, I did not.
You
Shut the
did.
fuck up.
No,
No, I
you
did
did.
not.
And I was like, all right, yeah, it's whatever. I'm trying to get some sleepy boy time, but
That's
whatever.
not true at all.
Yeah, that's not true. I was fucking dead to the world at 1 in the morning. Are you kidding me?
I was playing Destiny with Jose.
So then you were awake so you would know that we didn't have a phone call.
Right. No, I know. No, what I'm saying is like, here's the thing. If you wake me up at night
Mm.
or anything, I'll remember it. But like, for instance, I'll give you an example. So Jasmine likes to wake me up in the morning and then tell me things, like important things, like, hey, I fed the dogs already. Don't feed them when you wake up. I'm like, cool, okay, awesome, sounds great. And then I fall asleep, and then I wake up. I'm like, oh shit, the dogs haven't eaten. I need to feed them.
So wait, hold on. What you're saying is you, like just about every other human being alive, will fall back asleep and forget things they were told while they were in a half asleep stupor?
Yeah, all the time. But she tells me things every time. And I tell her, like, look, you cannot tell me things. You need to text me
Don't
or
ever tell me
something.
things. Who do you think you are
Who do
telling
you
me
think you
things?
are? What do you
Ah,
think this
shit.
is? Marriage or something? Oh,
Um,
Jesus. My vibrator went off.
Not again.
I need to make sure I turn off all my morning alarms.
Dude, I fucking feel you. I started waking
Also,
my
I'm going on vacation starting. I'm on vacation starting today, so I'm
I
just turning
know.
all my alarms off.
I'm legitimately fucking jealous that you get to go on vacation. I mean, I'm sure you guys worked hard and toiled for this vacation, but like,
I mean, look, as much as I am excited about this vacation because we're going like deep sea fishing,
going deep south and yeah, I got you.
but I mean, can we go any more deep south than I already am?
I mean, me and my older sister actually got into a huge argument about that the other day. That Austin's not nearly as deep south as San Diego, and I'm like,
Hold
oh,
on. There is a difference. That is not deep south.
I know that's
Deep
just
south is a
south.
mentality. It's not a location.
Deep south is a lifestyle, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely feel you. Deep South is a mentality. And I mean, you're going to
Like,
South Carolina, right? Or
yeah. I'll be in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina,
and just for our
which
listeners, just so our listeners are aware, what's the exact address you'll be at? Um,
it's 224. Go fuck yourself, Lane.
224. Take that finger up your butt.
um,
Wait a second. We didn't even do an intro. We just jumped right into it.
no, and that's what I find so endearing about these.
Yeah, we woke up. I was just just fucking with you, and then I was like, oh wait, we're actually recording right now. Fuck.
Well, because I don't know. Look, there's not going to be structure to these things. We're going to have episodes where there is lots of structure. Then we're going to have episodes where it's the goddamn Wild West and we do what we want.
Yeah, and the Wild West is also a mentality.
Well, it was. It was a frontier ideology.
Yeah, a lot of fronting out there. So I was reading up on this article. Apparently, there is a focus group that is studying up on human sexuality and all. You know, that whole. I guess it's not really an idea. It's just a thing.
I like that you say that there's a group.
I don't remember exactly who it is. I know it was some I think it was like MIT or something like that.
MIT is a sexual study group now?
No, they're starting. It's at MIT.
I know.
You fuck.
I love that MIT just kind of does, yeah, so we're studying this now.
Hey guys, we should look up what sex is like.
Anyways,
What would it be like if we pushed our two computers together real close?
What if I bent my laptop over the table and you put your laptop on top of it? Wouldn't that be naughty?
anyway, so MIT.
When did we turn into literal morning radio?
I don't know. Well, I like it. We're sleepy boys.
Should we do like our you know how the like super early like radio morning guys always do like that almost like vomiting voice?
Yeah.
Hey, wake up! Hey, it's time to wake up with sunshine with the sleepy boys. I'm the douchebag, and this is my co-host Brandon.
Essentially, we're just the douche from Parks and Rec.
Yeah, but we don't want to get sued.
Oh, we can reference it.
That's true. You're right. Anyway, MIT focus group
group on human sexuality.
Human sexuality. They have been one of the okay, within this focus group. They have an even smaller focus group that is trying to come up with.
Okay, so hold on. It's an actual study group that they've broken into smaller groups to get into like the nitty gritty of different topics.
Yeah, exactly,
Cool.
exactly. So
right on.
One of the things that they're trying to figure out is humans have this weird thing about like using different items and objects during sexual things, right? Like, dildos, food, et cetera, et cetera.
I wouldn't necessarily say weird. I mean, it could be weird. I'd say
I'm not
extracurricular.
I'm not
extension.
saying that the fact that we use objects is weird. It's just the extent that humanity has been using objects for sexual pleasure and all that. And they're actually one of the things they're doing right now is trying to figure out objects that haven't been used by somebody in the past.
What? Hold on. Before we get any further, are you fucking with me?
Brandon,
yes.
let me finish my explanation, and then you can figure out if I'm fucking with you or not. So anyway.
My Mark's fucking with me sirens are going off right now.
No, because like legitimately, like humanity, we've as a race, we have found and used various items for sexual pleasure over the years. Like it's just a thing we do. Like
sure.
Like you have a bored teenager. I don't know. We'll just say his name's Mark.
Since the dawn of time, bored teenagers have been finding whittled down twigs and rocks
and rubber bands and started fucking them. Yeah. So
yeah,
what this group is
MacGyver the shit out of anything that we find. We will find a way to fuck it.
Exactly. Now this focus group's focus group is determined to try and figure out objects that have not been used for sexual pleasure. So my challenge to you, Brandon, can you think of any objects other than your penis that have not been used for sexual pleasure?
That's rude.
That's
gotten a lot of sexual pleasure.
Brandon, how would Jasmine feel if she knew that you mentioned her name and the fact that you give her sexual pleasure on our show?
Filled.
No, that actually was all just so I could insult your penis.
Oh, great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
That's why I needed you to shut up. I needed to get to the punchline. But no, like, in all reality, like I am legitimately thinking and trying to figure out what objects haven't been used for sexual pleasure. Cause like
at this point,
I can't think of any.
I don't, like I'm looking at like I'm straight up looking at a box right now, and I'm like, I'm sure someone found a way to
Dude,
do
I can
that.
think of several pornos I've watched recently involving boxes. Like a woman hides herself naked in a box and then like
What
pops out and
was
she's
it?
like,
The
surprise.
was it a Metal Gear Solid sex parody?
No, it was like, I'm your present for
Someone's
your
just running.
birthday. You know, that kind of thing. I think,
I
and I
just
was
thought
like
she was like sneaking through a house and found a cardboard box and jumped inside of it and started walking
masturbating in the
around in
box.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just, it's weird like how like humanity as a race is just so creative with the way they get off. And I absolutely love it. I just like, what do you think, listeners? What have you used that you shouldn't have
No,
used? I mean,
no, I don't. I
I know
legit
many of,
don't want to know.
I legit do. I legit do. So share that with us on social
Just gonna
media.
make me just
Let's get your responses on social media. On Twitter and Instagram, it is SR
no,
Sleepy
no.
Boys, and then on Facebook,
I
it's
don't like that
Sunrise with
this
the
is
Sleepy
officially our
Boys.
first time plugging our social media and we're asking people to tell us what they fucked with.
Brandon,
What?
Brandon, let me ask you something.
Okay.
Why are we as Americans such prudes about sex?
I don't think Americans in general are prude about sex. I believe a subset of American culture wants us to be prudes about sex.
Well, let's think about
Americans are currently in the state of they're like when what's the best way? They're like a horny teenager when they first find out about things and they're excited to tell their friends,
that's
you
true.
know.
Exactly. And we're asking
Um,
our listeners to tell us their friends.
no,
No, but like if you think about it, the movie rating system in America is fucked because like you can have a movie that's full of just like people beating the shit out of each other, shooting each other, and it can be rated PG-13. But the second that you throw a sex scene in it, it has to go up to an R rating.
no, if you throw in a, that's not true at all. Have you watched a James Bond movie?
No.
There are sex scenes
Let me
like
rephrase
every
that.
30 minutes.
If you show a man penis or a female vagina, you got to go
Sure,
up
if
to a
you
rating
show
R.
nudity, yes, it's gonna make it a rated R movie.
Exactly. Now in
Unless it's a
Europe,
tasteful butt. You can show tasteful butt,
I love
and it's
tasteful
still
butt. I
PG-13.
love taste butt tasting.
Okay.
Yeah, tasteful butt. Yeah. So yeah. So
You know
anyway,
what movie had a lot of tasteful butt?
um, Star Wars.
Sure. I mean, no, but sure. A Knight's Tale.
That was the one with Heath Ledger, right?
Yeah.
And Mark
Yeah.
Addy.
I don't know what Mark Addy looks like now that you say his name.
He
Alan Tudyk was in
was
it.
who?
No, wait.
Martin
Sorry.
Lawrence was in that one, right? No, that's the Black Knight.
No,
That was something. That was a different movie. My
that's
B.
Black Knight.
No, Mark Addy. He was the king. Did you watch Game of Thrones? You didn't watch that, did you?
No, I did not.
Did you ever watch Still Standing, a sitcom from the late '90s, early 2000s?
With David Spade?
No, that
No,
was
not
Just
no,
Shoot
no.
Me.
That's it. That was
No, did you ever watch? Okay, real shitty callback. Did you ever watch the Flintstones live action prequel movie? The
I
Flintstones go to Viva Rock Vegas.
I did.
He was Fred Flintstone.
Ew.
Ew, why? Ew. Mark Addy is a
Paul
great actor.
Bettany. It was Paul Bettany. I'm sorry. I always.
I
Oh,
love
Alan Tudyk
Paul
is in
Bettany.
it. Okay, sweet.
Oh, I love Alan's Tudyks.
Oh, that's Mark Addy.
Yeah, that's Mark Addy. See, we're next to each other, showing
Man,
each other pictures on our phones.
I
We're not thousands of miles apart.
never realized that he was the man. He looks so much different now than he did as Fred Flintstone.
Well, yeah, because now he's like a serious actor, not like a bit actor.
Well, I mean, you gotta cut your teeth somehow.
Yeah, I know. I bit into a really hard apple and 3 of my teeth fell out today.
Ugh, I don't like that visual at all.
No, look. See, here's my teeth. Look at them.
Yep, beautiful. You
Beautiful
should put
teeth.
those on a necklace with the shark tooth in the middle.
I'm not Hawaiian or Samoan, so I'm not going to appropriate their culture.
Attaboy. Look at you learning.
Yeah. All right. So I've been trying to tell you about this bird
Yeah.
for a long time. Like there's this bird that went extinct like a long time ago, and then it's recently just like this fucking bird re-evolved itself back into existence. It's called the Aldabra white-throated railbird. It was extinct because of rising sea levels about 100,000 years ago.
Okay,
And
man, what a time to come back.
I know, right? 2020, like 2020 is just the year of shit coming back.
No, I was
Um,
talking about because we have rising sea levels.
I mean, maybe it just evolved to be like, yeah, fuck this. We didn't die. We died last time. We're not doing this again.
Also, I mean, man, that sucks for you, a bird to be affected by rising sea levels.
And then come back when we have rising sea levels again.
Yeah, like, hold on. What kind of shitty luck is that to just re-evolve yourself back, like get back into existence? And then the same thing that made you extinct in the first place, you're like, oh, finally, I managed to bring myself back from the brink and into existence. What's going on in the world? And they're like, rising sea levels. Fuck!
I just want to clarify. It's not the same bird that died out 100,000 years ago. It's not just one single bird. It's
I
a
know
whole
that,
species.
but I like my narrative.
I like your narrative too. I just imagine it's like a bird died and like reborn, it birthed itself, and it's like,
Like
all
just
right,
Dr. Manhattaned itself back into existence.
all right, y'all, what's going on now? Ah, fuck. But yeah, so like I don't know, like I get excited when I hear about shit like that. You know me, I'm very much a dead animal type guy, and man, that sounded weird. Speaking of things that
Oh my
speaking of
God.
things that humanity's found a way to have sex with.
You're just sitting there cuddling with your cat. Oh man. I can't
remember-
wait till you're a corpse.
Do you remember what it was like when you had a heartbeat? But yeah, so it's just like it's really cool to find out that animals are re-evolving themselves back into existence and then just being completely fucked by the situation at hand. Because this fucking bird, this is a flightless bird. Like this bird does not fly. And
Right, that explains the rising sea levels being problematic.
like scientists at this point are like, okay, first of all, how? And second of all, why? Yeah.
I've always been fascinated by how great it is to be a bird. On the inverse, if you're a bird that can't fly, how terrible that is.
I've never thought about what it's like to be a bird.
Ben Bailey, who was the Cash Cab guy,
I love Cash Cab.
he does stand up and he is a riot, but he has this whole bit about flightful and flightless birds. And I highly recommend everybody going and listening to it.
Like, can you imagine?
It makes me cry laughing.
Can you imagine being like a fucking penguin or a fucking ostrich just in line waiting for your gifts and abilities to be given to you by God, and all of a sudden you're like, you get up to the end of the line and God's like, yeah, sorry, we're out of flight. Penguins, you can swim really good, and ostriches,
Penguins, you're going to have a beautiful, penguins, you're going to have a beautiful life. You're going to mate for life with a single partner.
And all it's going to take is a really
all
nice
that
rock.
she's ever going to ask you to do is take care of the eggs every once in a while and bring her pebbles.
Also, you're going to live at the bottom of the world where there is no heat. There are points during the year where there is no sunlight for like days at a time, and then Morgan Freeman's going to do a documentary about your guys' life.
Oh, and then also Benedict Cumberbatch won't be able to say your name.
Wait, what?
Benedict Cumberbatch cannot say penguins.
Oh, bless that poor man's soul.
He did a documentary talking about penguins. And every time he says penguins, he says it
Penguin.
slightly different.
Penguin.
penguins.
Penguin. Is that how you say it? Penguin.
He's a couple times you heard him just calling them penguins.
Oh, I fucking
I'm like,
love
oh my
Benedict
goodness,
Cumberbatch.
you're an adorable human being.
Okay.
On the other side of the inverse of the ostrich, they're just sitting there and it's like, look, I'm going to give you lizard legs and ridiculous, like long, sharp claws. The one downside to also not being able to fly, though, and you can turn this and make it into your own thing. Anytime you run, you're going to look like a chorus girl from the from the 1800s.
Oh my God. You're gonna look like you're gonna look like you're getting ready for the can right now.
Yeah.
Also, you're gonna shit out eggs the size of your head.
And people are going to gawk at them on Instagram about, look how big these eggs are as they are devouring your baby.
All right. So still riding this train about birds and science and whatnot and the weird shit that they find out. So you know how in recent years it's been like not necessarily like theorized anymore, but more of like this is probably what it was, how like the T-Rex and Velociraptors had feathers and shit, right?
So I've been curious, is it just like is it all dinosaurs were or pretty much, I don't know how they confirm stuff like this.
So they've found imprints of feathers on like a Velociraptor skeleton.
Okay.
And so there's basically two types of hips on dinosaurs that kind of sets them apart. Or no, there was three, but the main one that is like that likely had hips, or I'm sorry, that likely had feathers are the bird hip dinosaurs, and those are dinosaurs that had hip structures that are very similar to birds, and also had similarly like kind of hollowed out.
So the ones
bones.
that would, have like walk on two legs.
They'll walk on two legs. They kind of do that head, like it's assumed they did the head bob when they walk like birds and stuff. Yeah. So
my God,
the bone.
You imagine it's a giant T-Rex with like a fucking chicken head bob.
They did. Like even in Jurassic Park, they had the head bob. The thing was, it's just so massive, it doesn't look ridiculous like it does on a chicken.
Chickens are ridiculous.
Chickens are fucking hilarious, and I love chickens. Anyway, so for
I love them, especially with how excited they get when you ruffle their feathers.
Oh, my favorite part is when you put them in like oil, and then you can eat them because they're delicious. Anyway, so for a lot of people were like mocking the fact, like, oh, well, how ridiculous would it look if a T-Rex was covered in feathers? It wouldn't even be intimidating at that point.
Have you seen a turkey that's pissed off?
Exactly. My counter argument to all you assholes out there that think that feathered T-Rexes would not be absolutely horrifying is the emu. No, not the emu. The cassowary. The cassowary is a like 6.5 foot tall bird with the soul of a demon.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely
for any
horrifying.
You have played Far Cry 3. It's those fuckers that run after you.
Just to make
no reason.
Yeah, just to make everyone's life easy so you guys don't have to look it up. I'm going to put a picture on our Instagram so you guys can see what a cassowary looks like.
Look at you.
I know, I'm multi-marketing or multimedia type shit. So the cassowary is basically the asshole of the bird industry, and it has a...
They're one of them.
Right, there's plenty of others. Well, I mean, geese by themselves are assholes.
It's gooses.
Geesin.
No.
Mooses.
Meeson.
Anyway, but yeah.
What are we doing? The Mickey Mouse chant from the New Age Mickey Mouse Kid show?
I have no idea what you're talking about right
Miska, Muska.
Dude, that's not New Age. That's like 10 years old now.
You shut your mouth.
No, I'm dead serious. The Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is like 10 years old now.
I know it is.
My 13-year-old nephew watched it when he was 3. I know. We're getting fucking old. Anyway.
I don't mind getting old.
I don't mind getting old either.
I actually have backtracking to, well, not even backtracking, going back to we were talking about, on our last episode about quarantine life. I still have not gotten a haircut.
Wait, did we
And
talk about quarantine life last time, or was that from a future episode that has yet to be released?
oh, teaser.
Oh my gosh! Wait, we're recording out of order. What are we? A big budget studio that records things out of order?
No, but with your help and support, we can.
Oh my god. Anyway, yes, back on the
Smash
topic.
that like button, chat.
Don't smash anything because that will damage your computer. Gently tap it. Finger
Press
it. Grope it.
You could even headbutt the space bar like Dane Cook if you wanted.
There you go. Or just kiss it. Just do a little...
Yeah. Oh, we did that at the same time.
God, we're fucking adorable.
They're so cute.
Anyway, quarantine hair.
Oh,
yes.
no. Yeah, so because I didn't touch on it in that future episode that you will be delighted with my hair getting longer, I notice I have far more gray hairs than I thought I did.
No.
Yeah.
Brandon, you have gray hairs?
Oh, yeah, I do.
How many of those are caused by me?
Considering how long you and I did the comic book shop, I'm going to say all of them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what comic book shop is that? We'll have to talk to them at some point.
Oh, heck yeah. We'll do a whole Hops and Heroes and Sleepy Boys crossover.
A collaboration, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the two of them are so much fun to talk to, and I really want to get into their mysticism and kind of their practice. That's going to be a fun conversation.
Wait, how hard will it be for us to get in touch with them who we no longer work with?
I don't think that's going to be difficult.
No, you're absolutely right. I was fucking talking with Shannon last night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. That's great. I need to do better about keeping in contact with people.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was doing really good and then quarantine happened, and I went into shutdown mode.
Dude, I feel you.
Like you and Jose are really the only people I've I was actively keeping up with in like isolation. Now that restrictions have kind of, lessened lessened a little bit. I've been talking with like other people and stuff, but I'm still nowhere near what I was.
Yeah, me too. So, okay. So I want to wrap this episode up by talking about, they recently released trailers for 2 new Kingdom Hearts games that are set to come out this year.
Okay, cool. So I have not seen any trailers for it.
Okay, so I won't spoil too much. I
don't care if you do. Go ahead.
Okay, so
I'm asking you to educate
to fill
me.
you in. Gotcha. Yes. So the 2 games that they're releasing, I got to double check on the name for one of them, but I know for sure they've got one coming out called Dark Road, or Dark Path, or Dark something or other. It's basically like a follow-up to the mobile game that came out. And
okay, so they're still doing that weird shit then.
The mobile game that's currently out, yeah, that one's Union Cross, and Union Cross is still active, yeah. But the thing with it is it's basically leading up to the Keyblade War, which is like a huge part of the mythos of Kingdom Hearts. So that game will be coming to a close pretty soon, or at least they'll be releasing like the final update that's like, this is the end.
Okay.
So Dark Road is going to be released. It's getting released in Japan on the 22nd, and it will be coming to America whenever it comes to America.
So what is this going to be coming out on mobile?
Yeah, it's going to be basically the follow-up to Union Cross, and it's going to follow the story of Master Xehanort's like origins. So like when he was a kid, being trained in the ways of the Keyblade. And then the other one is going to be, and I got to be honest, I'm not super excited for this one. It's called Melody of Memory, and instead of the usual like gameplay style, it's going to be a like a rhythm-based game, kind of like Guitar Hero and stuff like that.
No.
Now, I will say the one thing I'm glad they're doing is they're actually following Kyrie's story for a change.
Oh, so you're telling me that they take Kyrie, their cutesy looking anime girl, and they're putting her to a rhythm game? Shocking.
Yeah, I was
Heaven
pissed.
forbid anybody do anything interesting with her.
I know. Like, so now it'll also have like the gummy ship, which is a huge part of, the travel of everything. But
I
like,
swear to God, if you have to fly that fucking ship to the rhythm of music,
I
I'm
swear
just
to
going
God.
to lose my
Yeah,
mind.
I feel that.
All I'm thinking about is just the old DDR days. But it's like, look, it has a story mode and we're progressing through the map. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
While
Stop it.
while like I'm glad that we're getting two new titles for Kingdom Hearts. I don't get me wrong. I love the Kingdom Hearts games. I've only got one game that I wasn't a huge fan of so far. But like
Which was the mobile game?
I actually really enjoy the mobile game.
Okay, so which one was it that you didn't like?
The Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days.
Okay, fair enough.
And the only reason I didn't like it was because of the slot panels that you had to take care of just to upgrade everything. Like I
Yeah.
didn't like that. I like just being able to equip a new Keyblade. But
You know, Kingdom Hearts does this, the franchise does this really weird thing where like the main, I'd say the main games, because 1, 2, and 3, those are the ones that I consider the main games.
well, you have to include Chain of Memories in there because without Chain of Memories, you have no idea what's going on in 2.
Right, so nobody told me that,
Yeah.
like ever.
Yeah.
But that perfectly plays into my point here. Is Kingdom Hearts does this really great job of making these beautiful aesthetic games that are easy to get into. And you're like, oh, cool, this is so awesome. We got Mickey Mouse, we got Donald, Goofy. It's a little Stitch running around, you know. You got this guy with big ass shoes and a key, just smacking with people with and opening doors and whatnot. And that's all fine and dandy until the game ends and they come out with a small game on the Game Boy Advance or something, and they're like, look, the main important things of the game, like story, happen here. And you're like, what about the console games? What do you mean? And they're like, those are just the introductory. Those just give you a little small morsel, a little taste of what's happening in the story. If you want the story, you're going to have to play these dumb mobile games and all these different Game Boy offshoot games that are really complicated and sometimes card-based that you're going to fucking pull your goddamn eyes out of their socket trying to play.
Wait, but what if I don't want to play on the Game Boy Kingdom Hearts? Go fuck yourself.
Well, you can wait 15 years for us to release Kingdom Hearts 3, and we'll give you an even watered-down version of it that you still won't understand.
Yeah. I will say the nice thing that they did in more recent years is a lot of the games weren't as necessary. Like you could have skipped Kingdom Hearts Days and still been okay with what's going on. You could have
Sure.
skipped Kingdom Hearts Coded and still been fine with what's going on. Like, but yeah, for real though, the fact that you have to play all these like weird side games and like, God forbid you don't have a Game Boy Advance or a Nintendo DS.
Or if you didn't buy the PlayStation 3 remasters.
Exactly, which is nice because they re-released it for the Xbox as well. So I finally get to play all those games that I never got to play. Like, I wasn't able to play Birth by Sleep until this year because Birth by Sleep was an exclusive for the PSP. And fuck the PSP. Fuck the PSP.
While we're talking, so, all right, so since I want to give this a shout out because I know how much this franchise means to Aaron, our roommate that we have.
The roommate that we all have, yes.
Yes, the roommate that we all have. So first of all, RIP to the PS Vita. It's any reason for anybody to buy that thing has officially been killed off with
Dude.
the release of Persona 4
Why is that?
on computer.
Oh, well, the thing with the PS Vita is like it didn't sell well like at all.
Which is a shame because it is a fantastic piece of hardware.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It is really, really awesome handheld. I would easily put it up there and with the likes of Game Boy as far as a legitimate handheld gaming console.
Well, shit. I've never like see, here's the thing is I didn't know the PS Vita came out until like 3 years after it came out.
Yeah, that was the problem that everybody had. It was not marketed properly.
Well, no shit. Yeah.
It's most of its use came out of the Japan
Yeah.
side of the market, and just did not do well over here. And it hung on there for a long time and had incredible games. They really worked hard to try to get people interested, but the problem was they just did not market it well.
And what's weird about it is like Japanese systems sell really well over here. Like the Game Boy sold in like incredibly. The Game Boy Advance, like holy shit, the Game Boy or the DS went really well. But like for some reason, the PlayStation handhelds just never sell very well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would argue that I think one of the main things is because the PSP was it came out. The thing is, you have to remember when these handhelds came out. And they came out during the era of PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And PlayStation 3, for those of you that don't know and your eyes are glazed over because we're getting deeper and deeper into
Speaking of things that humans have had sex with.
into like not even talking video games, we're talking straight up like console wars and the industry, was the PlayStation 3 did terrible.
Really did.
It struggled like so bad that I was the only person in my entire friend group that had one. So during that era when people are like playing Halo and stuff together and
fuck yeah,
playing online and stuff, I was playing
sadly masturbating
Call
in
of
the corner
Duty
while
by
playing Call of Duty.
myself. Yeah. What?
You heard me. Sitting sadly in the corner masturbating while you play Call of Duty alone.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had no friends to play with online because none of my friends had PlayStation.
Well, no, I remember that. Like that was back when the Xbox 360 was like just fucking killing it. And
I mean,
here's the thing that you have to also think about is like the Xbox 360 had a slew of issues. That red ring of death shit was horrible. Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing. Nobody gave a shit about it because it was better than a PlayStation.
That's right.
3.
Like, I don't understand.
The only thing that saved the PlayStation 3 was the fact that it supported Blu-ray, and it was the cheapest Blu-ray player option at the time.
Well, fuck yeah.
That's the thing. Most people bought a PlayStation 3 just so they could have something that played Blu-rays that didn't break the bank. But even still, the PlayStation 3 was expensive as hell.
Yeah, it was like what, like $500 at the time?
I think that was, and I think that was the basic model.
Yeah.
That wasn't even the one that had the good hard drive space.
Fuck. Well, boys, it's time for us to go back to sleep.
To fucking sleep.
But thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's episode where we talked about, we were all over the place today, weren't we?
Yeah, that's what I love about this.
But yeah, we'll be back.
Just go all over the place. So who needs a roadmap?
Who needs a fucking roadmap? But we'll be back real soon, guys, with more Sunrise with the Sleepy Boys. Oh my God, I said it right that time.
Had a boy.
It's only taken me 13 recording episodes to say it right. But thank you guys so much for showing up today. As always, I am Mark.
I am Brandon.
And y'all stay sleepy.